Hey, sports card fans, it's John Wade Boggs fan. Hope you're all doing well. One of the players that I have on my 100 cards for $10,000 list is one that doesn't get a whole lot of hobby love, but he's a Hall of Famer and a member of the 500 Home Run Club. And it just so happens that yesterday was his birthday. Well, I picked up one of the cards of that player that I had on my list, and it is the 50th card that I've picked up off of that 100 card list. So I am now officially halfway through that list. So I'm going to be turning the camera around, showing off that card and the other cards I have of that player. Now, for those of you who are curious or interested, when I got my 25th card off of my list, I followed that up with a recap video showing off all 25 cards I have picked up to date. Well, I'll be doing another recap video, this time showing off cards number 26 through 50, so keep an eye out for that. So with that, let's go check out some cards. All right, the player in question is Harmon Killebrew, and the Harmon Killebrew card I picked up is his 1970 Topps card. I have several Harmon Killebrew cards on my 100 cards for $10,000 list, as I would like to put together a Topps Playing Days run of him. So I don't have all of his cards I need for his Playing Days run. There are some following his rookie card year that were just a little bit too expensive to make the list, but there are probably at least 8 cards that I still need to pick up that are on my list toward his Playing Days run. So found this copy here of his 1970 Topps card. Really liked the eye appeal of this one here. And here is the back. Again, probably maybe because he played for the Twins essentially his entire career. There was that last year where he played for the Royals, but his entire career with the Twins, a smaller market team, probably the main reason why he is not more popular in the hobby. But still a tremendous player. Again, member of the 500 Home Run Club, which does put you in, a category that very few players over the history of the game have reached. So really nice copy there. And for those of you who are interested in the number grade, it is a PSA 6. So before I get to the numbers behind this card and the 50 cards that I've picked up so far, which I do at the end of all these videos, I thought I'd show off the other Harmon Killebrew cards that I have. There aren't too many. I have a long ways to go to complete his Topps Playing Days run, but we'll put this one aside over here for now. I do have his rookie card, so that's the big one to have at this point here. Picked this one up a couple years ago. I think this may be an eBay purchase. I don't think I picked this one up at one of the Nationals, but nice eye appeal given the number grade, which is why I chose it. Don't care that it's only a 3.5. I think it has great eye appeal. I think the issues mainly are like corners or something. So really nice example. It just goes to show that, you don't need high number grade cards to have a nice looking card in your collection. So really like that yellow background there, how it blends from lighter to darker, and just makes that portrait image of him pop. I always like the yellow backgrounds on the 50s cards. So there's his rookie card. Then jumps all the way from 55 to 64. Now, I have a Harmon Killebrew ungraded. This was one of the many cards, maybe about 50 or so, that I got off of a neighborhood kid when I was young. We traded some cards. This was the group that I got a beat up Yogi Berra, a way off center miscut Mickey Mantle, and there was a Harmon Killebrew in that as well, beat up as well. So I wanted a nicer copy. I wasn't going to have that one graded. So this is a nice copy here. There's his 64. Then this is a non-regular playing days card. This is part of my Kari Yastrzemski run, actually, but it's the 1968 Topps RBI leaders from 1967, and featuring Kari Yastrzemski and Frank Robinson. So a 3 Hall of Famer card right there. And you can take a look at the RBIs there. Yastrzemski had 121, and Killebrew was second with 113, and Frank Robinson had 94. Actually, there's close to my last name. I don't know who that is, but just notice that. One of the various ways of spelling my last name, but all right, next one we go from 68 all the way to 72. So again, lots of gaps in my Harmon Killebrew run. That's a nice nice shot there. Spring training shot. Not sure who number 8 is in the background, but here is the back. Then I have his 73. And I like this one. It's nicely centered on the back, relatively speaking. There are some that are just way, way off, but I like the centering on this one. Now, I'm missing his 74. You would think that that wouldn't be too difficult to pick up. And again, for the most part, Harmon Killebrew cards, they're not that expensive. I just got to find the right copy. I've looked through some, just haven't found the right ones, especially the 74. All the ones I see are just, man, some of the 74s are just so off center, left to right, top to bottom. Just can't find the right one unless you're looking at 8s or 9s or something like that. And that's just not in my wheelhouse to be collecting Harmon Killebrew, but we'll see. But I have his 75 as a final Topps card. And here is the back. All right, back to card number 50, his 1970 Topps card. So let's get into the numbers, see how I did with this pickup, and see how I've done so far with the 50 cards that I've picked up. All right, on my initial list, I had this in a PSA 7. And I thought at the time I put the list together that it would cost me about $100 to pick up a PSA 7 copy. And again, if you've been watching my videos here and know anything about this list, the grade and the price was just to get 100 cards to total $10,000. It doesn't mean that I had to go and get a 7. In this case, I found a really nice 6. So this has been one of the ways that I've been, quote unquote, saving some money off of the $10,000. So again, on the list, I had this in a PSA 7 that was going to cost me at the time around $100. Well, this PSA 6 copy, all in with shipping and tax, was only $40. So I saved $60 from going down from a 7 down to a 6. I'm not sure actually what 7s are going for now. I didn't even bother looking at 7s, but they're probably in that $100-ish range that I could probably have picked one up. So why spend $100 when I can find a card that probably looks just as nice as one that has a label that says a 7 on it, and I saved $60. That $60 can definitely go toward another card. So where does the price ranges fall for a 6? In other words, how did I do in buying this PSA 6 copy? Well, on the low end, the lowest recent sale was only $15. I didn't look that one up to see what the eye appeal was. It may have been one really off center, not sure. The average for a PSA 6 is $27, and the highest recent sale. Now, again, these prices do not include shipping and tax. These are VCP prices. So the recent high price for a PSA 6 is $45. So with me being in for shipping and tax, I forget what the I think this was a buy it now or auction. I forget. But anyway, it was $40 once you add in shipping and tax. So it was closer to the high end. But again, I really like this copy. So I was willing to pay toward the higher end of the price range. So for all 50 cards now, for the number grade and what I thought I would have to pay for those cards in that number grade, the 50 cards would have cost me $4,645. But for the 50 cards that I have picked up, I only spent $2,575. So I am $2,070 to the good, I guess. I didn't really save that money. Again, the concept is I don't have $10,000 just off to the side that I planned on spending on these 100 cards. So it's not like I can physically take the savings and put it to other cards, but I hope you understand the methodology I use here when I say save or under budget or whatever. So I think I'm doing a really good job so far with the first 50. Would love to know what you think about this pickup, the other Harmon Killebrew cards I have in my collection, and remember to be on the lookout for my recap video, which I'll go over cards number 26 through 50 that I've picked up on my list. And with that, that's all I have for you. So until next time, thanks for watching.